Welcome everyone to the Rotus Review, Episode 2. If you love movies, this show is for you. Today, we're going back in time to 1959. I think that was the year that Michael Jackson was born, or it could have been 1958. Either way, this week of June the 25th is 7 years to the day that Michael Jackson passed away. So we here at Rotus Review, we say rest in peace to the king of pop, legend of all time, never to be forgotten. Now, speaking of legends, the movie that we're going to be reviewing today is North by Northwest. It was directed by the legend Alfred Hitchcock. It stars... What's that? This is embarrassing. Okay, sorry, I got my titles mixed up. We're not looking at North by Northwest. What is wrong with me? It's Northeast, a Nollywood film. Now, last time, our last episode, we reviewed Alice Through the Looking Glass. This time, we're coming back home to Nigeria from the United States like those three lawmakers, the House of Reps, that were accused of sexual harassment in that hotel in Ohio. You guys are doing an excellent job keeping Nigeria proud. So, Northeast stars O.C. Ukeje, who plays John Okafor. John Okafor? Emeka Okafor. Now, Northeast stars O.C. Ukeje. He plays Emeka Okafor, a physiotherapist and a dance instructor. His mother is played by, get this, Carole King. Carole King is in this film. She is Ijoma Okafor. His love interest is played by Inidima Okoje. She is Adiza Ahmed. And her father is Alhaji Musa Ahmed. He is played by Benga Titilayo. And I don't know how they did this, but they got Del the funky Homo sapien to play Aliyu. And what's that? Oh boy. Well, hey guys, it's been a long day. I'm getting my funkies mixed up. It's actually Saeed the Funky Malam. Getting my funkies mixed up like white people trying to be cool. Now, does anybody remember Saeed from that famous telecoms commercial? There were a lot of stereotypes in that commercial, and stereotypes are something that this movie Northeast deals with head on very effectively. It's one of the things I liked about the movie. Now, Alhaji Ahmed is an architect. He is a single parent. He is dating Ijoma Okafor, who is a sculptor and a single parent herself. He's a widower, she's a widow. Speaking of sculptors, does anyone remember this scene from Ghost starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore? There is a scene in Northeast that reminds you of this movie. It was a nice jolt to the past. Now, they're dating, they're in a relationship, but the movie is not just about them. It's also about their children. So the movie is juggling two different romantic tales and telling us how they intertwine. So Hadiza goes to one of her father's properties. Remember, he is an architect and he builds stuff. And she goes to inspect one that's under construction. She then suffers a serious accident, which puts her in the hospital. That is where she now meets Emeka Okafor. Now, their romance blooms from there. But then, they find out that their parents are dating. It's very awkward. I mean, imagine if they got married. Imagine if both couples got married. So, Hadiza and Emeka would be husband and wife, and also stepbrother and stepsister. And if they had a child, that child would be their offspring, but also their nephew and niece. Very twisted, like the mind of Majek Fashek before he went into rehab. So something has to give. One of those relationships has to end. It is the journey that the movie takes us through to that outcome that is so refreshing. Northeast is one of the best Nollywood films I have seen this year. What I really enjoyed in this movie was how it explores the character flaws of the human condition. Take, for instance, Alhaji Ahmed. This is supposed to be a pretty liberal guy, a pretty open-minded guy, right? He's from the north, he's a Hausa man, but he's dating a woman from the east. However, he wants his daughter to marry a man from the north, a Hausa man, which is where Saeed, the funky Malam, comes in as his favorite pick. Now, the cast in this film is one of the standouts. I mean, they are so good. I haven't seen a body of work this well done by professionals since Saraki's lawyers delayed his trial. It's really, really, really well done. Benga Titiloye, for me, is the standout in this film. You could have another opinion. Everybody did very well, but for me, he was excellent. This is a Yoruba man that played a Hausa northerner so flawlessly that if Buhari saw this movie, he would appoint him to his cabinet and keep that northern-southern imbalance in the administration going. Now, by the way, if you're from the South and you had a problem with Buhari's appointments, this is how you should have done it, man. You didn't think this through, Bob. You should have used the Benga Titiloye method. Carole King. What can we say about Carole King? She is a lady that brings gravitas to every performance. She telegraphs all her emotions through her eyes. Very expressive eyes. It was a joy to watch her in this movie. Now, Osi Ukeje and Inidima Okoje, the two of them in this film has such a natural chemistry. They're relatable, they were fluid. If you're a couple that is watching the both of them, you can relate with your relationship. Me, that's not in a relationship, I was sitting there watching the movie thinking to myself, Rotus, why don't you have this kind of love? Well, we all know the answer to that. It's because I spend all my time on this show. Anyway, the director, Muyiwa Aluko, he paid a lot of attention to detail, the little tidbits that make up a wholesome relationship, which is why the two of them looked so good together. We all know that you have to pay attention to detail in everything you do in life. If not, you end up like Nigeria's 2016 budget. We all know how that went. One of the favorite things I enjoyed about these two was that the director finally put his faith in the youth. Just like the Anambra State House of Assembly that hired the 30-year-old Commissioner for Budget and Planning. Finally, the future of Nigeria is in the youth. Now, Northeast also handled the issue of tribalism and stereotypes very, very well. These are two issues that are still bothering Nigeria to this day, and it handled them without being too preachy. I really enjoyed how the movie handled that. I give Northeast a solid 4 out of 5 stars. That's our highest rated movie on the Rotus review, even though it's our second episode. So, I highly recommend this movie. I hope all of you go see it at Genesis Cinemas where it's playing right now. I want to thank you very much for watching our second episode of the Rotus review. Oh, by the way, if you've seen the movie and you disagree with this review, hit me up on Twitter and let me know what you thought, okay? I'm at Rotanquote, which is ROTANKWOT. If there's another movie you've seen that you want my opinion on or you want me to review, hit me up on Twitter. I'll check it out. Thanks again for watching the Rotus review. Keep watching the movies.